There's a lot of games out there, some of which you've never even heard of. That's where I come in. I'm Lucius T. I've been playing games since the age of 2, and I have no life. This is Shoddy Showcase. Alright, well, thank you. Tickets will be available at the door. Hey, bud. We're talking about Shadow of Adam. This is a game that I've been anticipating for a long time. I don't know if it was a Kickstarter game or something like that. I want to say it is because there's a lot of annoying little references and character names that make no sense whatsoever. So it's likely they were Kickstarter reward tiers or things of that ilk. But I will say, it was one of those games where I didn't like it that much, but the longer I played it, the more enjoyable it got, if that makes sense. The main gripe I have with it was that these are your 4 main characters, and none of them are all that likable. They really aren't. You got Adam, who's the main character. He's your typical RPG hero, but they just make fun of him the whole time. They just make fun of him constantly. He's a complete loser. Azrael, the girl who has magic, is your friend, but it really doesn't make sense that she's your friend. Curtis, the big badass pirate black guy, he's awesome. He's probably my favorite character in the whole dang thing. And this is from the DLC, so if I go here, there's like the king of the slimes you have to fight. But of course there's an airship, and they have all these little areas you can fly to, so I'm basically at the end of the game. It's a turn-based RPG. As you can see, you have your different people, but you don't have mana, you have AP. So it's funny, it's kind of like with playing Rise of the Sinistrals, how you have the IP system. Well, this takes it and makes the IP system almost like the default attack version. And what happens is the AP, you use that for your abilities, and then as you're fighting, you gain AP back. So you gain AP back sometimes through abilities that you can charge your AP, or you gain AP back by killing enemies or surviving a round.
Wait, what is AP?
AP is your attack power.
Oh, okay.
AP is your attack. Now, it sounds cool on the surface, but it really can be quite annoying. And the main reason why it's annoying is that if you kill the targets you're fighting too fast, or if you kill the targets you're fighting in general, it doesn't let you recuperate it. So if you're too effective at killing enemies, you'll find yourself at a AP starvation and you're just screwed. There's no random battles in it. I'm trying to find an enemy here to fight, but I don't know if I'm going to find anybody. Because pretty much once you clear out a zone, it stays cleared out for the most part until you, I guess if you leave and come back or whatnot. But yeah, like the characters aren't that likable. The story is a little, like it makes sense by the end of it, but it's just told in such a modern way where it's like, let's make fun of the hero who's wearing the cape, and oh, I'm the love interest, not really the love interest, but oh, I like this guy, but it doesn't really make sense. And then there's the nerdy magic guy who's like, they're obviously trying to evoke Chrono Trigger at times. They're trying to evoke other games. Like there's even an island in this that looks just like the Chrono Trigger island. Like, I'm trying to find something to fight. My God, it's this point of the game. Let me see if I can get in here. Here's like one of the earlier zones. I don't know if there'll be anything in here, but just so you can see what the combat looks like. And they have these recurring enemies that constantly come back, as well as the main villain.
You didn't even go in the door.
I'm about to. See, this is the save spot, and the save spot talks to you, and it restores your stuff. Oh, and now I teleported to the stupid artifact guild. Now, I don't know if this is actually from the DLC or not, but it's hard to know where the DLC ends and the game begins, but I do enjoy that they at least integrated it seamlessly that way. But I want to show you, now I will say the armor system and the upgrades, so if I go to the gear, they do tell you which is better. So I like a nice, clear, and easy thing to understand that way. And then enemies will have immunities, and all of you, like really Kellen is his name, that's the guy in the cape. He doesn't have any magic abilities. Oh, here we go, here's an enemy. So you can see what the fighting looks like. Now, my main gripe is with the fighting, and yes, pixelated boobies. The main gripe with the fighting is that you really don't ever get a chance to relax. Like, my big thing with RPGs is when you can grind, you do this. There's not much grinding in it, but still, you have to pay attention to every damn fight. So watch, if I go to my skills and I use something, like I've been noticing I'm getting this issue with my controller lately, but whatever, let's do his badass thing. So it says percentages. So I use percentages of my attack power. So this is, let's say 43%. So this should eliminate it. Now you don't have an option to wait, which is another issue. You can't decide not to attack. And on some battles, you don't have that option, and maybe you're fighting against an enemy that counters but is immune to physical attack, and you have no ability to not do that. Now, it doesn't happen often, but still, that's an oversight that shouldn't have been there. You could have just an option to defend or wait. I've never seen an RPG do that where you don't have that option. Music is good, though. I'll give it that. The music I really enjoyed. So she's the healer of the group and uses magic.
Show us how much you like the music.
I already did. But you can see you can give light shields, and a good strategy in this game is to use her to light shield everybody. And then here's the big badass guy. So this, he can do mind read and all these other things, sacrifice. So ascension, you make him look super badass. And then this guy can blur. So watch, I can blur him, and they all go with their own. So you see if he goes ascension, he super seance himself, although I only really used it once. But if you blur him, he now gets less easy to hit, but you'll have enemies that will blur themselves. Now see how much damage it does. It should just one-shot him. Yeah, dead. But then look, see, the attack power is down, and that gives down to 0. Let's see how it goes up by 15, 15, 15, 15, and that's how it works. So you can get yourself in trouble, though, because if I had just killed both of them, I wouldn't have gotten any attack power back. So you got to be careful with that. If you're going in there and you're just wailing things too fast, you'll find yourself at a energy deficit. And some of the enemy packs, especially as you're going, the game pretty much keeps up with you. So you can get yourself in trouble very, very quickly. So you got to be careful about that. But all in all, the combat is pretty solid. I enjoyed it. Each guy has their own unique abilities. It's a fun game overall. After beating it, I kind of got over my disdain for the story because they explain it, but it's such a slow burn that I don't really need to know, like, it reveals information towards the end. It's almost like Chrono Trigger when, not spoilers, but Chrono Trigger when you go back in time to see what happened to, I believe it's Luca's mother. Imagine that happens 4 or 5 times throughout the game, but it doesn't have the same weight, and it's meant to be there instead of like a last-minute shock. It's meant to have you find the story out this way. And some of it works and some of it doesn't work. But I got a slideshow for this too, just because we gotta have some Lucius T quick hits. So you can see, after that lovely Metroid, and my wife, oh, and I forgot to show this, yeah. So it shows I got the worst ending. I got the Metroid Zero mission because you are not Sub-Zero, you are plain Zero. Ha ha ha. But yeah, Shadows of Adam, so you can see there's the fight thing, and you can't go in different order. Literally, you have to pick Kellen first, and it's Kellen as, like, Kellen for a main character, Kellen, really? Come on. I thought it was Adam. Why is it called Shadows of Adam? Who knows? The town is Adam, okay. Alright, and then you have the Vine Force. So the areas are cool, although I will say it almost felt, because it's on this giant screen, some of these pixelated things seems a little too big at times, and one of the areas, the water temple or the water zone, was way overblown. But yeah, you can see Chrono Trigger evocation much, and that was a cool tower. Like, they have some cool visuals in it. We go to the castle. Not sure what this is. 10-button. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We're too many inside jokes. 10-button gamer. The world is constantly changing. People are the cause for blah blah blah. But then I do enjoy J-Bear. I am J-Bear, the world's greatest lumberjack. I seek to deforest the entire universe. That's why he's in jail. So I'd love to see a game about this guy. Like, I like this. Whoever came up with that, J-Bear, well done. Well done. And you can see here's your group going off here, Malville. So this guy's trying way too hard to be Kefka. I'm sorry, you're not Kefka. He has the same sprite, the same look. Kefka, for the layman's, is the main villain from Final Fantasy VI. He is a court jester, and this guy acts just like him, but is not nearly as memorable or enjoyable. And then this with this. Oh yeah, there was characters named Luke and Tyler that were 2 guards that were just freaking wanting to get drunk and have fun, and I thought it was funny. Like, I got music in my soul, Luke, but here I am moving crates all day. And I gotta say, I got music in my soul too, as you saw at the beginning of this video.
I was just gonna call that bartender Luke, like from Gilmore Girls.
Bartender? He was at a bar? I thought that was a diner.
I think that's a bar.
That's a
diner.
Oh,
Luke in Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls,
yeah.
That guy is not running a bar.
No, but that guy
hey, Rory, you want a shot? Sorry about Jesse.
No, I just meant that character.
And and then, like, you see the grave. So, like, here lies Kobe. He was late to the party, but at least he showed up. That did not age well.
No, that didn't age well.
I don't know what this, but this is what I mean. There was, like, all these random jokes throughout the damn thing. Like, this was made years ago.
Yeah, that was not a
Get your mean
joke.
voice out. But you can see evade. So this is what happens. I don't know why I filmed evade. Alright, tell me about it. But this is what I'm talking about, the overblown. So this way, see how bright it is? The entire water garden was like this. And
oh wait, let me focus so they can see better.
No, it wasn't focused this whole time?
No, it was, but when it gets really...
God.
No, they can see it.
Oh god. But then, yeah, so here's another thing where they go back in time.
I just mean that whitewash
and
is
then,
hard. Like, that looks better.
Roan, there's no time. I don't know. Oh, yeah, so this is when Curtis gets injured. So, yeah, all this cool-looking sprites. Looks like a tremor on top of a tremor. Big rock dude. Fireplace, of course. Like, the visuals got cool. I just think it's a little too big at times. But then again...
jelly bean toes.
Jelly bean toes. That's right. Good boy. See, once again, evil Kefka. Too much. And these two were the two annoying villains that attacked you over and over again, but they just weren't very enjoyable to fight. Like, it's no Ultros at all. These guys were just obnoxious and stupid. I'm sorry, I didn't like it. And of course, you gotta get the airship. You already saw me doing this. And one of the zones looks just like, yeah, the Lost Cave. So here's where you get all the ultimates, and you can just grind forever in here. There's a final boss. This one, doesn't this look like the Island of Sun in Chrono Trigger? It's shaped the exact way. I know what you're doing. And inside there is a candy cave. It's like actually made out of candy canes and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
A candy land.
Yeah, and then here you are. This is when you meet the King of the Slimes, and he turns into this ridiculous train thing that kills you in 10 turns. So I was not about to level up my characters to fight him and kill him in 10 turns with 60,000 health when usually you're doing damage for like 1 to 4.